Hey everyone. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to play Shark. Shark is a very light card game. There's also kind of a bluffing component and a push your luck component to it. So let's jump right into it. We're told at the beginning there's 25 cards in the game, and there are 5 players, and we each start with 5 cards. Okay, now you don't only have to play with 5 players, but each player will start with 5 cards, and each of your cards will either be a shark or a human. So humans are these faces on a yellow background over here, and sharks are these sharks on a red background over here. So these are my 5 cards. It's a turn-based game, so on my turn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a face-down deck of cards using my own cards. And this face-down deck of cards will be passed from player to player, and when it gets passed to a player, that player can choose what to do with this deck of cards. The goal of the game is to get 4 humans on your beach before anybody else. So the first player to get 4 humans on their beach wins. Your beach is this set of 4 empty spots in your row. So Ankit, this is my beach over here, and this is bot one's beach, and so on. This first column is reserved for this deck that is going to get passed from player to player. So on my turn, I'm going to construct a deck. So let's say at the top of this deck, I'm going to put a human. Actually, no, I'm going to put a shark at the top of my deck, and then I'm going to put a human, and then I'm going to put a shark, and then I'm going to put a human. And then when I'm ready to give this deck to the next player, I'm going to confirm. So I've constructed this deck of shark, human, shark, human. So when you're constructing this deck, you should interpret it going from left to right as top card, then the card below that, then the card below that, and so on. When the deck is passed to you, you can choose to do one of 2 things. You can either flip the top card and put it on your beach, or you can just pass the entire deck face down to the next player. If you flip the top card and put it on your beach, flipping a human is good and flipping a shark is bad. All right? So let's just go through the rules for what happens when you flip over a card and put it on your beach. If you have some humans on your beach and you flip over a shark, the shark scares off all the humans. So all those humans plus the shark that you just flipped go back into your hand. So essentially the shark has cleared your beach. You've undone all your progress. If you have some sharks on your beach and you flip a human, the human cancels out one shark. So let's say you have 2 sharks on your beach right now, and then you flip the top card of this deck you were just given, and it's a human. The human and one of those sharks will go back into your hand. So now you have 1 fewer shark on your beach, which is good. And then the final thing that can happen is if you flip a shark and you already have 2 sharks on your beach, meaning this is now your 3rd shark, all those 3 sharks just go back into your hand. All right? Now, remember, you are trying to get 4 humans on your beach. In order to get 4 humans on your beach, you have to flip at some point 4 humans without ever flipping a shark in between. Because remember, a shark clears all the humans from your beach. So when it's my turn and I'm constructing this deck, I am looking at the beaches of other players and trying to give them bad cards with the hope that those people flip over those cards and ruin their progress on their beach. So it's a game about trying to sabotage the deck to screw over other players and simultaneously get 4 humans on your beach. Now, it is a bluffing game because obviously you don't know who is going to flip what and who will choose to do what. There is some information because you know exactly how many sharks are there in total. And as the game goes on and a bunch of cards get flipped over, you will get a sense of who still has sharks left in their hand and who doesn't. There's one final rule, which is very important, which is I create this deck and I pass it to bot 1 face down. What if the deck comes all the way back around to me? So what if bot 1 is like, I'm not touching this deck, and then they pass it to bot 2, and bot 2 does the same thing, they pass it to bot 3, bot 3 does the same thing, they pass it to bot 4, and bot 4 passes the entire deck, which I created, back to me. If the deck comes back to me and it still has some cards in it, I am forced to flip over the top card and add it to my beach. And if I flip over, so I'm forced to flip over the top card. Also worth saying, if you ever flip over a human as your first card, you get to keep going. You make the same decision again about whether to flip another card or to pass it to the next player, right? So conceivably, I could put 5 humans in this face down deck. I could pass it to the next player. It could come all the way back around to me, and then I can just flip 1 human, 2 humans, 3 humans, 4 humans, and win the game. That is a thing that could happen, right? So flipping a human gives you the option to flip again and again until you decide you're done. Then you pass the deck to the next player. So you keep flipping until you flip a shark or until you decide to stop flipping. So let's just see this play out. So this is the deck I've constructed, shark, human, shark, human. I'm going to confirm, and now it goes over here to bot 1, and bot 1 can choose whether to flip it or to pass it down. Okay, they flipped it, so they flipped my shark, which means their turn is over. The entire deck gets passed to bot 2. Bot 2 flips the top card, which is a human, and chooses to pass it down. Now it's bot 3. Bot 3 flipped a shark. Now it's bot 4, and bot 4 flipped the human. So this is the current state of the beach. And now bot 2 has constructed the deck because it's their turn, and now bot 2 passes the deck down to the next person. So every round there's kind of a leader. The leader is the player constructing the deck, and the leader rotates from round to round. And whoever gets 4 humans on their beach first wins the game. So this deck is about to come to me, so let's see what happens. All right, so I'm going to... So when it's your turn, just to show you, you'll see these 2 decks are highlighted here. So if I click this deck, which is the one that contains all the cards, I will flip over the top card. If I click this empty square, that means, hey, I want to pass the deck to this player. So that's how you choose whether to flip or whether to pass. So I'm going to flip the top card here, and it's a shark, so my turn is over, and the entire deck, the remainder of the deck gets passed to bot 1. All right. Cool. You'll notice bot 1 flipped a human, which cleared their shark. Then they passed it to bot 2, bot 2 flipped a human, and bot 2 flipped another human. And great, in this demo, we have bot 2 winning the game because they were the first player to get 4 humans onto their beach. So it's a very simple game. It's a very silly game. It's a lot of fun watching your friends flip over these landmines that you have placed in the deck. And yeah, it's a good time. I hope you like it. You'll definitely have fun with it. Take care.